They were considered a group who brought everybody together. But death, destruction, and devastation ultimately tore them apart. Hello everyone, my name is Anya, and in this video we're going to take a look at what happened on this day in the year 1975, the Miami Showband killings. In the early hours of the 31st of July 1975, the Miami Showband was returning to Dublin after performing a gig in County Down. The Miami Showband is considered one of the most successful Irish bands in history. They managed to secure 7 #1 singles on the Irish charts and achieve success at the 1966 Eurovision Song Contest. At a time during the infamous Troubles, where there was constant conflict between Catholics and Protestants, the Republic and Northern Ireland, the Miami Showband was seen as a group that brought everybody together. They were well known for travelling across the border between the Republic and Northern Ireland to perform various concerts, and they were well known across the country as the Irish Beatles. At around 2:30 a.m, just on the outskirts of Newry, the band's van was stopped by several gunmen in military uniform. Upon seeing the gunmen, the band assumed that they were members of the British Army and that this was a military checkpoint. But what the band didn't realise was that this was a trap. The gunmen in uniform were not members of the British Army. They were members of the Ulster Volunteer Force, and they had sinister plans for the Miami Showband. The gunmen ordered the band members out of their van with their hands in the air. As the band was being held at gunpoint, 2 of the gunmen entered their van with a bomb. It was the Ulster Volunteer Force's plan to plant that bomb inside the band's van and have it detonate just as they would return to the Republic's border. They wanted to make it appear to the British government that the Miami Showband was involved in smuggling bombs and military material across the border. But as the 2 gunmen were placing the bomb inside the van, nobody expected for the bomb to explode. The band's van was immediately destroyed and the 2 gunmen were killed instantly. Upon realising that their plan had failed, the members of the Ulster Volunteer Force opened fire and shot all members of the Miami Showband. 3 of the band's members, Tony Geraghty, Fran O'Toole and Brian McCoy, all died of their injuries. 2 other members, Stephen Travers and Des Lee, were also severely injured but ultimately survived. Upon news of what happened to the Miami Showband, the whole country fell into shock, devastation, and disbelief. It was a brutal reality check. During the Troubles, nobody was safe. Death, destruction, devastation can happen anywhere, at any time, to anybody. The Miami Showband went on without their 3 lost members. They managed to reform and continue to perform across the country before disbanding in 1982. Since then, the Miami Showband reunited several times across the years before ultimately splitting up for good in 2015. For those who survived and those who lost loved ones, the path to recovery has been a very long one. The 2 surviving members of the Miami Showband are still filled with questions as to why this could have happened. There is a memorial to the 3 lost members of the Miami Showband at the site where their van was destroyed. And there is a special Let's Dance memorial outside the Hugh Lane Gallery in Dublin. More than 50 years have passed since the Miami Showband massacre, and it is still considered one of the most devastating events to ever take place during the Troubles in Ireland. The Miami Showband was a group that brought everybody together, but death, destruction, and devastation ultimately tore them apart. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. My name is Anya, and we just looked at what happened on this day.